And so what no one talks about is this mindset that we have on our culture in terms of grind, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. None of us have stopped to ask ourselves, is that a model that is valid for who I am, which is a woman in business, right? Because a lot of the purveyors of this message just happen to be men. But there's a reason for that. So I learned that men are triggered by this provider instinct. So they want to go, go, go. They want to get because it bolsters their identity as a man. But for most of us, our identity is not really rooted in that. So yeah, we could do it. Like, you know, we're liberated, post-feminism, like whatever. We could do whatever we want. We could hustle, 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 and get, but it's not going to have the same emotional payoff. And so I started to listen to these guys more closely. And again, I love them. Gary Vaynerchuk, E.T., my dudes. But I started to listen to the language that they were saying. And people will tell you kind of where they're coming from if you listen closely enough. And they were basically letting me know that they were getting an emotional payoff from the grind, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. So, you know, it sounds like a sacrifice, and they're like, oh, everybody got a sacrifice. And I'm sure it is a sacrifice for them. But part of their identity was like being filled up by this idea that they were like grinding themselves to the ground. It was like, oh, awesome. Like, look how much of a man I am. On top of that, I started to learn in terms of the biological differences. Men obviously have way more testosterone than all of us do. And so that grind, 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 hustle, 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 the stress impact is different. So I'm looking at me, I'm like, man, I'm all stressed out. Do I have adrenal fatigue? What if we want to have a baby and stuff is like going crazy and going to the doctor and they're like, oh, you're kind of stressed out. And where is this coming from? It's because I'm operating myself in a way that is like biologically opposed to who I am, you know, as a human being, as a woman, where these men are like, oh yeah, Instagram, hustle, hustle, hustle. Well, you got the testosterone for that. I don't got the testosterone for that.